What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sister Radio Show. I am your favorite sister, Narkelia, and Happy New Year! Welcome to 2019. New Year, same old me. With little tweaks, though. I liked who I was in 2018. Well, I like who I am in general, but, we all have room for improvement. So I'm going to make a little tweaks this year. Not too many, though, but I do feel like it's going to be a positive and prosperous year. I feel like good shit's gonna happen in 2019, y'all. I really do. And I apologize for leaving y'all in during my hiatus. I was moving. I downsized like I said I would. Now that my life is downsized, I downsized my space. I'm a low-key minimalist, so I decluttered my space, which I feel like leads to a decluttering of your life so that you can really just focus on the things that you need to focus on and leave all the other bullshit behind. And so I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to share new experiences and make new memories with you guys. I'm excited to just live life, guys. I'm just really feeling like I have come into my own now, and there's nobody can tell me nothing. People already were like, could nobody tell me my shit stank? I really feel like that now. And of course, while I've been out, I'm still out on this dating scene, y'all, which has been really, really interesting. And not necessarily for me and my own experiences, but just in talking to other people that are out here dating and just observing human beings and the way we move and think out here in this dating environment. And listen, y'all, look, people, we gotta start meaning what we say and saying what we mean out here. Meaning that if you're not down for an open dating relationship, which means that everyone involved can see other people or get to know other people if they so choose, no one has to answer to anyone, then stop saying that you're okay with it and getting your feelings hurt. Because it's no one's fault when your feelings get hurt but your own. So let's start with saying what you mean and meaning what you say. And let's also throw in there, even if you start out, you might start out with being comfortable with an open dating relationship. But in the event that your feelings change, please be sure to communicate with the other party involved or parties involved so that they can let you know whether they're on the same page with you or whether they may not be the right people for you. And I think one thing is that some people become partially selfish in that, they know their feelings have changed in regards to, okay, I started out saying I want to openly date, but now I'm really feeling this person and I just want to be with them. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to lose them. That is selfish. You have to be okay with someone not being for you and being okay with the notion that the person that is for you is out there somewhere. And not only are you causing unnecessary drama in the person's life who you told you were okay with the openly dating relationship, you're also holding yourself back from who could be out there waiting for you. But you don't know because you're so scared and you're being selfish because you just have to have this person in your life and you don't want to let them go. And in return, you're holding your own self hostage in a situation that's not making you happy. Can't do that in 2019. Let's leave that behind. Let's leave this lack of communication. And honestly, I'm going to call it what it is. This desperation behind. I get it out here. I get that I'm divorced and I've been married. And because of that, I'm real chill in the dating world. I'm not pressed to make anyone my girlfriend or my wife again. I'm taking it day by day. I want you to go get to know other people as well. I'm cool. Straight on that. But I do understand that there are a lot of people who have not been married yet or divorced, which I don't wish on anyone. But And because of that, they are dating with the purpose of finding a mate to be with, a one and only, the one. And because they are looking for a mate when they're dating, it is making them do desperate things like lie and say that they want something that they say they don't want, like an open dating relationship, or it's making them be liars, straight up, really, in that they present these representatives who are really just whatever they think that person wants them to be. And some people's representative lasts a couple of months. Some people last a couple of years. But eventually the other person starts to see who they really are behind the representative and may or may not like who that person really is. But the representative comes into play because we're out here out of desperation, wanting someone to like us so bad and wanting to get wifed up or husband up or whatever so bad that you're just putting on a falsehood, which is, once again, unfair to all parties involved. We gotta stop that. Leave that behind. We're not doing that in 2019 either. We're not. And also what we're not gonna do either, we grown out here now. Stop fighting being vulnerable. Like, listen, I know none of us wants to put all our feelings out there without knowing how someone else is going to respond. However, holding in feelings and making people guess what's on your mind, it ain't working either. Sometimes you're going to have to grow up, put your big girl and big boy underwear on, and say how you feel, even if that's going to leave you in a position where you feel like you don't know what's going to happen next. So what? But you got to get it out there because you never know what could happen next. You never know what could be for you. Or I like to find out even more so than what is for me. I like to find out what's not for me. I'd rather put my feelings out there and so I can find out if you're not for me so I can stop wasting my time and move on. Because time waits for no man. We got to keep it moving. So we got to let go of this whole fear of vulnerability and sharing our thoughts and feelings. And I'm not saying you got to share every single thing that's on your mind because, some folks also out here like hella sensitive and be having a whole heap of feelings. But, you got to pick and choose. You just got to use some discernment there and knowing when. And I ain't perfect. I can't tell you what moments are the perfect ones to share what feelings, but you just got to fill out the situation. But if it's going to be a situation that leaves someone in the dark and that's going to affect all parties, you definitely should say what needs to be said in those cases and just let the chips fall where they may. And hell, shoot, the universe, I feel the way things have been working in my life these last few months have really taught me that nothing is a mistake for real. And what's meant for you and who's meant for you is going to come back around for you or is going to be presented in some shape, way, or form to you. But you just have to be in a certain space to receive said things. And you can't be in a space of desperation. You can't be in a space of impatience. Honestly, what a lot of us need to do out here is get to a place and a space where you're comfortable in being alone and not feeling lonely. A lot of us don't understand. And I say us because I don't want single people out here. Whether I'm a part of it or not, I'm just going to say us. A lot of us don't understand that if you can't be by yourself without feeling lonely, because alone and lonely are two different things. If you have to fill your space with somebody or always have people around, you may need to reevaluate that. Why can't you be in your own space alone and find happiness and peace within that? Because if you can't find a contentment and a form of peace in just being in a space by yourself, how are you going to dwell peacefully with someone else? You have to come to a place of your own inner peace before you can start sharing spaces and energies with other people. I wholeheartedly believe in that. But it's a lot of people out here who are jumping from relationship to relationship without giving them not even necessarily the time to heal, but just the space, just to get back to their own happiness and their own inner peace and their own love within themselves before bouncing and taking baggage from the past to the next person. You know, it's a lot of that happening, and it's happening because it's this rush to find the one. It's this rush. You are the one. You are your one. And then when you get your one together, then you can find someone to share in that happiness, to share in that peace. No one can be your happiness. No one can be your peace. You have to already come with that. You have to be equipped with that in yourself. No one is your other half. Everybody needs to come whole. We need to be both at 100%, not each at 50. No. We need to come as wholes in here. And we also need to come honestly in here. One thing, I was just talking to my homeboy, Napoleon, at breakfast about, we were just talking about how so many people are in relationships or in marriages just going through the motions and going through these routines because they grew up seeing and being taught and thinking that this is what we should do. I should, go to work, come home, kiss you on the cheek, ask you how your day was, sit down, watch sports, go to sleep, do it all over again. But I might really want to go like indoor rock climbing with you, or I might want to do some type of adventure or make some type of memories that are unconventional, but I'm not saying it because that's not the cookie cutter way. And I just think that is so, excuse me, I do, this is my opinion, I think that's so stupid. We have to live in our truths and in what we love and want, and we have to date and find and marry mates who are complementary to that. We gotta stop just doing what sounds good, because what sounds good may not be good for you, and what sounds good for you might not be for other people, and that is okay. No one else is in your relationship. The world is not in your relationship. The world does not matter. Your friends don't matter. Your family don't matter. Your church don't matter. You gotta do what works for you and your significant other, or you and your dating life, and be okay with that and be confident in that, so that you can actually live a happy life and not just a life that you're settling for because this is what it's supposed to look like. Bruh, the people who doing stuff the way it's supposed to look are struggling. They just ain't letting you see the struggle. Like, do your own thing. Find your own way. Live life the way you want to live it. I promise you'll be so much happier and so much better in that. Like, y'all, the happiness and lightness and peace I feel, I just want to spread it. And that's why, like, in this whole dating world, if you're dating me, you have the privilege of dating me. I'm simple. Like, hey, we have fun. All I ask is when we are together, it's just you and me. When we are, like, when I mean together, I mean physically together or virtually, like FaceTime or something. But when we ain't, get to know somebody if you want to. You saw somebody cute, if you felt like getting a number, do that. If you want to flirt, do that. Because I'm not out here dating for the purpose of a relationship. I am doing the real dating. And that's another thing. A lot of people don't understand what dating is. And a lot of people keep saying they want to exclusively date when they're not being upfront with the fact that exclusively dating just means you want to be in a relationship. If you're telling someone, I want to date only you and I want you to date only me, I want to have sex with only you, I don't want you to have sex with only me. You guys are in a relationship. Girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. You're in a relationship. Dating, to me, is the notion that I do not have to answer to anyone. I can get to know whoever. I can safely have sex with whom I want to. And it's okay. And I'm going to communicate with that, because that's the huge piece, the communication. I am communicating that with the people that I meet, that I am openly dating. I am getting to know people. Now, if in openly dating, you and somebody kick it more than you kick it with anybody else, that's cool too. As long as, once again, you keep that open communication to make sure that you guys are constantly on the same page. Because it is when you start getting off the same page and not communicating about it that things start to go to the left. And that's what I keep seeing, because I witness a lot of relationships around me. And now that I'm single, I feel like a lot of people come to me with relationship conversations. I feel like I'm always in conversations about relationships, whether I want to be or not. And the biggest thing that I see that is making or breaking relationships is the communication. People are not saying what they want, and mainly they're not saying what they want out of fear. Either fear that they're going to be judged, fear that they're going to lose the person, or fear that other people are going to see them as a bad person if they, choose certain paths to go down, like breaking up with a significant other, things of that nature. It's this lack of communication, and I see so many people sacrificing their peace, their inner peace, and their happiness because they are too afraid to communicate what they want and to have the hard conversations. And I always say the hard conversations are the ones that are worth having the most. Those are the ones that you should be having with people that you're in a relationship with, whether that's openly dating or this quote unquote exclusively dating, which I just call relationships, is that communications. Anytime human emotions are involved, communication needs to be heavily involved as well. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. And we have to drop this notion that being vulnerable means being weak. Actually, vulnerability is a strength. It takes a lot to share your thoughts and your feelings without the knowledge of how that person is going to respond. That is strength. And that's, like I said, that can make or break a lot of relationships. That can make or break how much someone is going to hate you if y'all break up because of how well or not the communication was during the relationship and towards the end of the relationship. Like, that communication is everything. And it seems simple, but it's so hard for us to do. And y'all know it is. It's some shit right now you probably should be saying to your significant other, to your friend, to somebody that you're not saying. And more than likely, you're not saying it out of fear. And that's really just unfair to them. And it's damn sure unfair to you, because it's disrupting your inner peace. So we got to have them difficult conversations in 2019. Like, we got to put our big girl and our big boy underwear on and have the conversations that need to be had. And I can't stress it enough, saying what we want or saying what we mean and meaning what we say. I can't stress that enough. Like, no one out here is a mind reader. No one should have to be. That's not how things work. Especially I'm over 30 and most of my friends are. I have a few friends that are under 30, but they're mature as well. But we too grown out here to not be communicating. And, life is too short, to not be getting everything you want while you're here. And you can only get that if you open your mouth. The saying, closed mouths don't get fed, is a true one. Like, you can't just be out here not communicating and expecting things to go well for you. It's not going to happen. It's unrealistic. Stop doing that. We're not doing that. This is the year for me and this show where, I always say what's on my mind to say, but no sugarcoating at all. Like, I don't think I ever sugarcoated with y'all, but y'all definitely not getting it in these topics in 2019. And I want to hear your voices more. I want to incorporate the audience in here more, and thinking of opening it back up to having people call in and say their 2 cents while we're live on the air. Now that I, have downsized and my budget is looking a lot more friendly, to be able to do that on the show, I want to start back getting your feedback and your opinions real time, calling in real time. I also want to start back video recording the show. So y'all can see me in my little nook. I got a little nook now for the podcast to set up the mic, the laptop, the headphones. It's real jazzy, real cute in here now. So I'm excited about that. I'm most excited to keep watching this dating scene because even though I'm a player in the game, I'm like a inactive player, really. I just really enjoy observing it all. I really enjoy watching people's interaction. It's like watching a romantic comedy, even for myself and, anyone that I'm involved with. It's like watching a romantic comedy because you don't know how it's going to end. Like, oh, who they going to end up with? I was telling someone that I had my money on somebody else, in this game of dating. Because I'm also I'm laid back as hell, y'all. Like, I could joke about dating. I could joke about you dating somebody else and me too. And I hope, you can handle me dating about me dating you and somebody else too. Because we are out here openly dating in these streets. But I'm really lighthearted about it. It's not that deep for me personally. But I also am very cautious of people's feelings. And I want them to let me know if it is deep for them. So that I can, watch out accordingly. Because I can be like, raw with it, uncut with it. But I do understand that ain't for everybody. So, I don't mind catering to people that I'm cool with. But I also don't mind cutting people off. Because I have done that, y'all, in this dating world. Like, I can't, listen, y'all. If you're too sensitive for me, like if I can't joke, can't do a little, because I grew up in the era of joning a lot, I grew up in the predominantly black high school where it's always jokes, it's always laughs, it's always some slick shit, we out here, thick skin. So, if you're a little too sensitive for me, I'm probably going to ease on out the dating game with you. You know what I'm saying? Just slide on back. I need, I can be soft, but hey, look, I ain't doing it every day. All day. So, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this dating game. And I'm in, like I said, I just like watching it all. And I like hearing about other people's experiences in dating. And I do get, people's frustrations in dating, especially those who are looking to meet the one and, get married sooner than later. I do get the frustrations because there are a lot of people out here who are not honest about what they want, who are bringing their representatives to the table, and the representatives sticking around a long time, and it's, turning to some real trickery out here. I get all those frustrations. I'm, grateful in that because I'm not looking for those things. It gives me more time, or I feel like I have way more time to just chill and sit back and learn more of people's flaws, because you can't learn them all before you start dating. But I'm seeing enough to know whether or not, I can still fucks with you on that, or like, nah, you got to go. And unfortunately, some people get tricked into relationships, and then they find out these flaws late, and then it becomes complicated because people in love and shit, and it's just too much. So yeah, like, watch out for these representatives out here. Take your time dating. Get to know these people a little longer. If they meant for you, they'll be patient in dating you as well. Don't be in a rush out here, because impatience causes desperation, and I don't want y'all out here like that. I just don't. I want to see y'all thrive in this love game this year in 2019. I really do. I wish all of my listeners happiness in this new year. If you in a career that you hate, listen, this year, let's work on getting out of that. What's some other passions you want to do? What's some other things that you got going on that you trying to turn into a living other than this job you hate? I'm just all about this year being of prosperity in love, prosperity in finances, prosperity just in life overall. Take some time for self-care too. Y'all will notice every once in a while I go on a hiatus. You don't hear from me on the podcast. That's a form of self-care. During that time, I normally take a break from Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and all the social media outlets as well. just because you need to unplug every once in a while, like, you don't always need to be on. Give yourself a break sometimes. Unplug from friends too. I mean, I understand the role I play in many of my friends' lives. I am often the friend people vent to, which is fine. I do give pretty decent advice. I know that, which is fine, which is why it makes it a little bit easier for me to vent to. But sometimes I have to unplug from friends too. I might not answer a text message this particular day, or, just say, hey, I'll talk to you later. You gotta unplug, and that's self-care. And if they love you, like they say they love you, if they rocking with you like they say they are, they will understand that. And hopefully they are unplugging too, because if they need it, if they need the space, I'm gonna give them the space, So just more and more self-care this year. And once again, I'm gonna reiterate before I get out of here. Get to a place where you are okay with being alone, and that you are happy in being alone and it not feeling lonely. That is so important, because if you are not comfortable in a place or at peace in a place and in a space by yourself, you're not going to have peace with another person. You're not. You got to come to that space on your own first. You got to come to that centering of yourself on your own first. No one can be your peace. No one can be your happiness. No one is your other half. They need to come whole. You need to come whole, or be working towards wholeness as much as possible before entering into monogamous relationships with other people. Trust me. Take that advice. If you take nothing else from this Happy New Year show, take that. Happy New Year, guys. I'm excited to be back. I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. I look forward to starting shows where I'm live and you guys can call in and be on with me and share your 2 cents. I'm excited for all of that. So stay tuned. Some good shit to come. Bye-bye.